so you've gone ahead and picked a name, talked to a lawyer, deciding whether you're going to do a LLC, S Corp. Remember, no sole proprietorship. And you're like, well, okay, I need to get a bank account. Well, the first thing you need to do before you get a bank account is actually apply for what's called an EIN, and that's an employer identification number. And basically what that is it's like a social security number for your business. Now, sometimes your lawyer will go ahead and set that up for you. Again, I do recommend getting legal counsel before you start your LLC or S Corp, just because, again, you're starting a real company that you're planning on making millions of dollars with, not one that you are selling used books somewhere for $5 a piece. This is a real business in construction. So a lot of times your lawyer will go ahead and set you up the EIN, but you can also do it on your own. All you have to do is go to the IRS website. So go to irs.gov and go ahead and search for EIN, or employer identification number. Do not pay some third party to go get your EIN for you for $1,000. It's free to do on irs.gov. So do not get suckered by these people who do this. And we'll get into some of these sucker things here in a little bit, okay? Guys, the whole reason you paid for this course is so you could get your business set up for a reasonable cost, low overhead, like we're going to talk about 1,000 times, and I'm going to save you from getting suckered from some of these people. So do not pay some third party outside of your lawyer to get your EIN. You can do it yourself. Your lawyer will probably tell you to do it while you're sitting there in the office, save you and him or her some time on setting up your business. So you need an EIN to get a bank account. So to set up a business bank account, you need your EIN. You also going to need your business, your name, all that stuff. So that's why we're going in this order, because you got to get this stuff done before you can get a bank account. Now, what company, or excuse me, what bank you decide to go with, it's totally your call. There are lots of benefits with going with a small bank that's local, and there's lots of advantages using a big bank that's national. What we did is we started off with Wells Fargo, and it was not the best option for us at that time. Wells Fargo was great. I have no complaints about it. I feel like they were very attentive to us. There were some good bankers around, but they didn't have really longer hours. The Wells Fargo at that time closed at like 4 o'clock. This was, right when, online check cashing was coming in, where you could take pictures on your phone and get it cashed and all that stuff. But they closed at 4 o'clock, and that was an issue for us, because when we started off the business, we were doing residential, and we were getting a lot of checks, and we were trying to deposit them late. And sometimes my subcontractors and my salespeople were not tech savvy enough to get the checks turned in, and a lot of times you have to worry about who needs to sign it, this, that, and the other. So my point is that we decided to go ahead and move away from a national bank and move into a local bank, one in our community that had better hours, that were open up till 8 o'clock. But it's really up to you. I would recommend going and talking to a few bankers. Do some interviews. Go to some community banks. Go to some local banks, maybe just one that's in your community, and just kind of fill out which bank that you feel best at, who treats you the best, because we're going to get into things like lines of credit down the road when we're talking about this, and how that's a big deal. And having a relationship with your banker is going to be a big deal, and it's going to be a big reason on whether you can scale your company and get the type of lending that you need in the future. So it's not a big deal if you get it wrong at first. We did, but lesson learned. I wish we would have interviewed a few banks before starting our business. That's what we did recently. About 2 years ago, we were not getting a lot of credit that we thought we should get from our bank, so we went ahead and interviewed a few banks. Luckily, my business partner had a relationship with a VP at a community bank, and so we went from Wells Fargo, we went to a local bank, and then we went to a community bank. So one has a little bit more reach around the Southeast and fit our needs a little bit better as our company grew. So that's what you need to do to go ahead and get your bank account set up, EIN, and do your interviews at the banks before you select one.